Miss Courtney. We're going to go ahead and do our art science project as we begin our week learning about reptiles. This is hot-blooded and cold-blooded painting. All you need for this is a piece of white paper, some paint that we're going to take out of the microwave in about 15 seconds, and some paint that I already have in the freezer, which I'll take out in just a second too. Now the reason we're putting paint in the microwave and paint in the freezer is to show the difference between hot-blooded and cold-blooded animals. The ones in the freezer are cold-blooded animals. They represent things like reptiles, snakes, lizards, crocodiles, and turtles. What cold-blooded means is their body doesn't naturally have a temperature. So we, and animals like dogs, cats, horses, foxes, most animals that are fluffy and furry, we are warm-blooded, which means that our body stays close to the same temperature all the time, even if it's really hot or really cold out. We try really, really hard to keep our body the same temperature. Reptiles' bodies can't control their own temperature, so when they get cold, they have to go sit out in the sun. When they get hot, they have to cool off in the water. So their body is a lot more dependent on what the weather is like outside than mammals like us and other furry animals are. So to represent warm-blooded, I'm gonna put my microwave on for about 15 seconds to warm my paint up. And to represent cold-blooded, I have some paint that I put in the freezer. Because we are doing warm-blooded and cold-blooded, I decided to stick with my warm colors and cool colors. Warm colors, to represent our mammals, or our warm-blooded animals, are yellow, red, orange, pink, and a really warm purple. They're things that represent things like the sunset or fire. So I have my red paint and my orange paint from the microwave. These are my mammal warm-blooded colors. And then to represent our reptiles, I have picked cool colors. Dark purple, blues, greens, browns. These are things that make you think of water or the earth. So I have my blue that I just got from the freezer and my purple that I just got from the freezer. Now, with these warm-blooded and cool-blooded animals, we are going to be making something that is an abstract painting. So an abstract painting is something that doesn't have to look like a specific animal or a house. It can kind of just be the way that you feel, the way that that something makes you want to paint. So the thing that is going to make me feel inspired isn't sound or color or words, but the temperature of our paint. So I'm going to start with the red. Oh, and it is really warm. And red, the warmth of the paint makes me think about fire. So I'm going to do some really bold fire strokes. And the reason I'm doing finger painting is so I can feel the temperature of the paint and have that inspire me. One more red. So you can see that the temperature of the red paint made me think about fire and fast, like this. So maybe think about bright and bold and just kind of using my finger to scratch along. Now, and I always do the one finger method. So my red is gonna be this middle finger, and then I'm gonna switch to orange for my other warm color. Let's see, orange, still hot, so it makes me think of like really skinny lines this time. A red had really thick lines, and this orange makes me think of really skinny lines. And I can paint over the red because it's abstract and I get to do whatever I want with my painting. I get to be really creative and just kind of paint like the temperature makes me feel. Make sure when you do your paint, you put it in for about 10 or 15 seconds so it's not too hot and it doesn't hurt. Just enough so you can feel the warmth like this. Okay, so now I feel like I've done a lot of my warm colors. So kind of fast, jagged line when you think of heat and fire. Now I'm gonna stick to this first finger and I'm gonna start with my cool colors. Ooh, that's really cold. Ooh, that makes me think of slow. So kind of slow dots. Slow lines. Maybe even like some swirls. Really makes me think of swirls because swirls are kind of a slow moving shape. Instead of the fast fire, doing some slow moving shapes. Well, that's nice. Okay, now I think I'll use my last pinky finger for purple. Oh, this is really cold. I'm gonna do some dots. Purple makes me think of dots. It's so cold. It makes me think of stillness, of slowness. Because cold's kind of slower and heat's faster. I'm gonna do a pattern at the bottom of my page too. Dot, line, dot, line, dot, line, dot. All right, there we go. This is my abstract painting. I have my cool colors, purple and blue, that are moving slower and swirlier. And my warm colors that are red and orange, which move faster like fire. The cool colors, blue and purple, meant to represent our reptiles, while our warm colors, orange and red, are meant to represent mammals. And the fun part of abstract painting is giving them a name, even when they don't look like anything specific. I think this looks like a fire in a rainstorm. So that'd probably be what I name it, a fire in a rainstorm. And you always want to name it after you paint it, just to see what you think the painting looks like. All right, have fun with your hot-blooded and cold-blooded painting. Go ahead and send me pictures of your abstract painting. I would love to see them. Happy art projects, everyone. Bye.